Chapter 1. You are listening at FameTV.info. It's not easy. The Du family is finally going to recruit a guard. The Du family is now recruiting 20 bodyguards to be at least 16 years old and strong. The guard of the Du family has 10 Xian coins a month, and the captain of the guard has 50 Xian coins. The treatment is much better than that of other families. It's a good opportunity for the Du family to become a guard. Maybe you can learn the Du family's martial arts. Then you will be able to really stand out. It's a good opportunity for the Du family to recruit guards. Beside the busy streets of Shicheng, several powerful men in strong clothes pasted a big red notice on the wall. Suddenly, a large group of figures gathered in front of the city wall, chatting and talking. Among the several majestic men, one of the leading strong men rode a horse with dark red body, double horns and strong body. His momentum was oppressive. Looking at the crowd gathered, he said, "Tomorrow morning, my Du family will recruit external guards. As long as they can take 3 moves among the main members of the Du family, they will be able to become guards and be able to defeat them. If we draw, any of our Du family's young children can become the captain of the guard. There are 20 guards, first come, first served." The great man on the horse has a kind of pride in his sharp eyes. The Du family's status in the whole stone city is not ordinary. As a member of the Du family, he has more than ordinary people's pride. After the voice dropped, several people behind the big man turned over and jumped on the horse's back. They stood side by side behind the leading man. Their movements were neat, and then they left. In front of him is Du Qi, the deputy commander of the Du family. It is said that he has already reached the cultivation of the innate realm. If only I could get to the natural place. It's okay to walk horizontally in this stone city. I'll see who dares to look at me in the future. You'd better go to the gods and worship the Buddha first, and pray that you can be admitted to the Du family as a guard tomorrow. Although the younger members of the Du family are not old enough, they are all very strong. I'm afraid that there are not many people who can support the 3 moves. You should dream about it first. How can anyone achieve that level? Hey, I must join Du Jiaqing tomorrow for the guard. Among the onlookers, a burly man with a beard on his face and a slightly dark skin gave a mysterious smile to several of his companions. He lowered his voice and said, "I tell you secretly that as long as you can become the captain of the guard, you can cultivate some of the Du family's martial arts and skills. It is not impossible to become a Du family person at that time." "Sunspot, you're not lying to us. The captain of the guard can cultivate the Du family's skills. Several of the man's companions were shocked and envied in his eyes. The man named Sunspot patted his chest and assured him, "A distant relative of mine is a member of the Du family. I can still cheat you. You have a relative who belongs to the Du family, so tomorrow will not be settled." Around a few people smell speech, immediately on the spot showed the color of envy. The news of the Du family's recruitment of security guards immediately attracted the attention of countless people. As a new big family in Shicheng, they are powerful in recent years, and they are among the 5 big families in Shicheng, and have continued to have a strong momentum. Their every move naturally attracts the attention of the whole city. At dusk, thick clouds and mists occupy the sky on the stone city. The sun near the horizon is like a ball of fire that is about to be extinguished. In the gap between the clouds and fog, it bursts into the crimson haze, and then falls on the mountains. Stone City is close to the wild animal mountain range, is located in the border of the empire. There are often demons and beasts, 3 schools and 9 streams of fish and dragons mixed together, so that the stone city of soil and water nurturing people are martial arts, and are particularly fierce, of which 5 families are martial arts families. Pedaling. Several horses raised their hooves and raised the dust all the way. Du Qi, the official deputy commander of the Du family's guard group, was riding in the sweat-blood horse Jiao. Behind Du Qi, a big man raised his head slightly and looked at the sky. Then he laughed at several people on his horse's back and said, on the 13th day, if the fool is still there, how about 5 Xian coins for one? That fool seems to be more and more stupid recently. I'm afraid he is still there. I bet he is. It's the 13th day. The fool should be gone. The highest record in the past is only 10 days. I'm not gambling. The 5 yuan Xian coin is the salary of an ordinary guard for half a month, but these big men are very interested. It seems that this bet is not the first time. They have taken out 5 Xian coins and handed them to the first man. You should pay attention. Although the one who is not favored by the family and behaves strangely, don't blame me for not warning you. After all, that young master of the Du family is your master. In case you fall down because of this one day, I will not be able to protect you. On the sweat-blood horse Jiao, Du Qi glared at the several big men with a stern look. The man who had just taken the lead in coaxing was also a little afraid under Du Qi's sharp eyes. His eyes flashed. Then he laughed and said softly, Deputy Commander, now the whole Du family and even the whole Shiqing people call him a fool behind his back. What's more, he is useless and stupid. It should be okay for us to call him in private. Although that's the case, the master is the master after all. No matter how stupid he is, what he has left is the blood of Du family. You should know your position, or you are doomed to suffer great losses in the future. Du Qi glared at those men fiercely. Yes, Deputy Commander. Several men suddenly chatted and nodded. Naturally, they understood what the Deputy Commander said. Seeing this, Du Qi's expression softened a little. Then he looked back and glanced at the first big man who was just making a fuss. He said, 5 Xian coins, right? Plus me 5 Xian coins. I bet that the one is still standing there. Haha, the Deputy Commander also bet. Several big men saw this, the tension just dissipated a lot, galloping and speeding up, all want to know whether the Du family is still in the end at this time. The Du family, the 5 major families in Shiqing, has a magnificent building. The barren mountain in front of the gate of Du family is particularly noticeable before the majestic Du family. That barren mountain is also strange to say, all year round, there is no grass, no birds, no snakes, insects, rats and ants near, just like a dead land, so that the Du family think that the place is not auspicious and avoid it. It is said that the main gate of the Du family originally faced the hillside, but because of the existence of the ominous place, the Du family moved the gate to the front 10 years ago. From that time on, the Du family, which was only a third-rate family, began to rise in Shiqing, which made people believe that the barren mountain was an ominous place, and no one dared to approach it. The barren mountain like a dead land is barren, a piece of dried up, full of sand and stone. On the barren mountain, however, there is half a stone tablet standing, and the remaining half should be buried in the barren mountain. Half of the stone tablet exposed to the barren mountain is also very huge. It is 3 feet high and mottled. I don't know how many years it has existed. At least no one in Du's family knows how long this stone tablet has existed. It is said that the stone tablet has existed since the ancestors. The stone tablet may be due to a long period of time. There are many intricate small cracks on the stone tablet. No one in the Du family would be interested in the stone tablet, and the stone tablet was on the unknown barren mountain, so no one paid attention to it. It is said that some strong men in the Du family have inspected the stone tablet before. It is a common stone tablet that can't be ordinary anymore. There is nothing special about it. The only special thing about the stone tablet is that there was a storm 10 years ago. Du Xiaofu, the famous master of Du family, was stunned before the stone tablet. A dry thunder bombarded the stone tablet. As a result, the stone tablet was okay. Du Xiaofu, who was in front of the stone tablet, fell asleep for 3 days and 3 nights. Shit, that fool that one is still there. This is the 13th day. I lost another half a month's wages, and the rest of this month will be hard. I'll borrow some living expenses to meet my emergency needs. Before the door of Du's family, several strong men looked at the thin figure of a young man in front of the stone tablet on the barren mountain in the west of the sun. Those who win are happy, but those who lose 5 yuan won't be happy. Who could have thought that this time, the whole Du family called him a fool? This time, he broke the record again. Before the stone tablet, one stop was sleepless for 13 days. Let's go. It's getting dark. Tomorrow, however, many young masters and young ladies will try their hand in the recruitment of security guards. Can there be any mistakes? Du Qi takes his eyes back from the stone tablet on the barren mountain, and sighs to himself. Tomorrow's recruitment of security guards is actually a small training of Du's younger generation, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. However, the one on the barren mountain at this time is also the young master of the Du family, but the practice tomorrow has nothing to do with him, even if it will never be. He is also a young master and miss, but that's the difference. That fool is still standing there. It has been 13 days. He is more and more stupid. It's said that many famous doctors in the clan have been seen by the fool, but they have no effect. There is no medicine to cure. Outside the Du family, many of the servants who came and went did not have time to look at the barren mountain ahead. Their eyes were filled with regret and sigh. A young master who should have been rich in clothing and food had never expected to be so stupid. The sky is getting darker and darker, and the dusk is passing by gradually. There is still a faint blush in the place where the sun sets. With the last touch of afterglow convergence, the world is also darkened. In front of the stone tablet, a purple-robed boy sat cross-legged, about 15 or 16 years old. On a slightly childish face, he looked a little more resolute and determined than his peers. On his slightly closed eyes, his thick eyebrows were like a sword. His name is Du Xiaofu. He looks good. If he is not from Shicheng, it is hard to imagine why he was called a fool. In the dark blue night sky, the stars gradually emerge, and a crescent moon in the deep sky, like a machete, blooms a bright white blade. In the dead of night, the whole Du family was sleeping, and no one would pay attention to the young man on the dead mountain. The ancient stone tablet stands up, in this moonlight shrouds, appears particularly strange. Boom! Suddenly, on the ancient stone tablet, the originally intricate cracks began to light up, cracks continued to crack, and the whole barren mountain was gently shaken for a while, but no one saw all this, otherwise we must be shocked. Click. Finally, the cracks in the ancient stone tablet which has stood for countless years are getting bigger and bigger, and the light inside the crack is more and more dazzling. It turns into a light curtain and covers Du Xiaofu. Then the whole stone tablet suddenly cracks and turns into a pile of crushed stone powder and piles up the barren mountain. Hiss. With the disappearance of the light curtain, Du Xiaofu's closed eyes in front of the stone tablet suddenly opened, and 2 fine hairs shot out of his eyes. In the night, it was like lightning. An ancient breath swept out of his thin body, and the shaking surrounding space was trembling for it. Who? Du Xiaofu's face was filled with a faint smile. He sighed softly and said, "In 10 years, I finally understood the first formula. Since the beginning of Fennen's new book, my brothers and sisters have collected, recommended, and occupied the fan list. In addition, this month's reward is given to the author in full. Therefore, Xiao Yu has the audacity to appeal for a reward. Please continue to support me, take care of me and love me." The new book has been conceived for several months and has been revised many times. Xiao Yu will try hard to write it well, update it more and create brilliance together with his brothers and sisters. www.novelfull.com, the fastest update of the web novel. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.